and welcome back to the channel. We're here checking out New America, which is in the in-game mod hub. And we just got done, obviously, mowing the grass and then baling it, and now we have it stacked up. We need to go over to the next field here and basically do the same thing, but I need to get these bales unloaded from this trailer first. However, because this is a new map, well, new to us, I think it's been on the mod hub for a hot minute here. We're actually going to, that's right, I want to put them in here. Just trying to think of where I am wanting to park the trailer at, so I can get at it from both sides. It may just be over here. Yeah, that's what we'll do. So we'll be safe. Put the forks down. Shut it down for the time being, because it's going to be a minute before we get back to this. We'll at least run over here, grab that trailer, and we'll start taking a look at things. Shrubs! Hope everyone's having a fantastic day today. As you can see here, we do not have our lovely mod that mows everything, because it is a new map preview, whatever you want to call it. First look for us. I was wanting to make sure that, as always, we don't have any mod issues. We're looking at it nice, fresh, clean. Of course, the only mod that we have active is our Power Tools mod. This one. The reason why I do that is because it allows me to enable flight mode. And the rare instance that I need it while doing these, I also have access to strength to be able to pick anything up. So that is the reason for the Power Tools. You are strapped in. What the heck? Yeah, this is the first thing to go for certain. That is messed up. You can clearly the straps were on. All right, we'll have to get that cleaned up here shortly. But like I said, we're just going to park this over here. I think what I'm actually going to do is replace this one with the mod that I have that's basically the same exact building, but allows us to store grass and hay and all other kinds of bales. I've seen people replace this one with the equivalent that does the same thing, but with as nice and as big as this barn is, you really can't use it for anything else but something like that. What am I caught on? I am stuck on something right here. Like, legitimately. There we go. Okay, that was weird. Yeah, I wonder if it's because I had the flight mode enabled. Whoops. But yeah, I like the fact that this is such a massive barn that I think it would be used for grass bales, hay bales, things like that. I mean, they already have some bales in here already. So I think that would just be even better to be able to use it that way, since that's kind of what it looks like the modder intended for this map, to have this be the bale shed. So I think we're going to make that happen when I do my own take and my own updates. We do have over here a cattle barn. No cattle. So we got slurry there. I don't remember. Okay, so it looks like you guys can't see on the bottom right hand corner, maybe just the bare corner edge if you look close enough. We can hold up to 84 head of cattle. So we do have a slurry over, or the manure over here. Slurry's on the other side. We do have milk. So I may just do an entire water buffalo pasture there. Don't have anything else, to my knowledge anyway. At least not here. Quick save. I do have a worker in field, I believe that's field 3, that is doing some plow work, but this is the map. And it's actually smaller than it looks, in my opinion, because I did a delivery right down here, if you can see where I'm pointing to. The grain barge terminal, and we're up here. And that is not a long drive at all. So it is a relatively small map. You might be able to get away with possibly 2 people playing on this. I have not flown around yet. Speaking of which, let's take flight. So what we own is this field here, which I have planted into canola. Apparently it needs lime and plowed and rolling. Yeah. And weeds are growing. I'll probably do a restart on this map when I do my own take, just for a nice clean refresh and get that done properly. Plow it up, get lime spread, and then plant. And then we'll make sure we have a roller for it. I do have, like I said, a helper over here, getting this field plowed up. So once I get these bales off, I'll have that helper come over here. I'm not sure if that's Paul or if he hired it out. So, and then this grass field we're going to get plowed up as well. We are probably going to see about expanding the border a little bit anyway. And I think I might actually plow it to where that road is right there. Because I really don't need that road, because we have the entrance point right there. So that is kind of where what it looks. I don't believe, yeah, that's the, what's going on with that field? Interesting. Yeah, this is going to be our farthest south field at the moment. So to give you an idea, we got our farm here. We have a shop over here. And all the way over here is where I had delivered, which is not that far. So basically, we're just, you know, right there. There's a shop, there's a farm. So you just take this road down here towards the water. And I'm not that high up, so. And this is where you deliver. It's weird because it kind of puts the point like right here and not right where that actually is. So just kind of an FYI on that. Looks like we have a sawmill over here. A little boat in the water. Okay, so if I'm looking at this correctly, this is kind of set up to where you bring the logs in, you dump them down that, and then they float in the water over to there. Though the trigger actually is over here. So I get it. It makes sense to me. I think it would be even better if they had the trigger up here. But I don't know, because this is kind of the basic setup here, if that could actually be changed for that. If someone could figure out a way to change that, I think it'd be awesome if it was sitting up there. Just to kind of RP the fact that you're sliding them down into the water. I just think that'd be cool. Or get an animation of it doing that too. I'm not a modder. If I had the time and patience to figure out how to do that, I would. But unfortunately, I don't. So we got that sawmill there. Is this just... This kind of looks like it's just storage purposes over here, or at least the looks of it. So that's kind of cool that they got that going on. Some really nice fields. I really like the look and feel of this map. Of course, I didn't come prepared, so I did not... Oh, that's a nice road that they got going here. I did not pull up the description. So... Okay, so that's the edge of the map there. So he's on the... going outside the map, as it were. But considering we got a barge terminal here, as far as delivery point, it looks like. At least that's the way it looks. Where do you deliver? That's my question. Oh, really? You just drop it on the ground here. Interesting. You'd think that there'd be a grate to be able to run it into the grain leg and then into each silo, but sorry, things like that just kind of confuse me why it's set up the way it is. What's this over here? Possibly, sell point for stones, I think. Or no, production point too. So you can either sell your stones, you can collect stones there, it looks like. And then this is where you can make like concrete and things like that. So there are production points on here. Hello, Mr. Train going by. I mean, I could be wrong. It could be a missed train, but I'm trying to say, there should be genders for those. Anyway, that's beside the point. We've got a paper mill over here, it looks like. I love the smoke effect coming from the smokestacks. Nice, decent little field over here. I mean, nothing too crazy. I mean, that's the field that we just saw. And, okay, okay, so these trees are actually part of the map. So if you want to do logging, you can. Got a couple different trees growing in here. And I'm assuming... Maybe I shouldn't assume. Okay, so... That is grass showing down on the ground. It's interesting, though, that it shows that some of it is ready to harvest, while the rest of it is growing. Okay, so... Yeah, this grass in here is not obviously ready to harvest, but on the outside edges it looks like it is. And there's a path down through here. Nice. So if you wanted to make you could do a start from scratch type of situation back in here. I mean, you do have a paper mill right there. Start from scratch in a wooded area. There's a couple different spots that you can just build your camp up. Sorry, I might be flying through here, and I apologize if you guys are getting a headache because of all the trees and whatnot, but yeah, plop, say your RV trailer here and get a logging trailer for that you can pull with your pickup truck or whatever, and start cutting down trees. Start building your empire that way. There's the edge of the map right there. A little overgrown. Or never completed. And that's interesting that they selected just a row of those right there. Like I said, plenty of opportunities everywhere. Looks like that's a farm you can buy. That's just a silo. It's not a production point. So there are a couple of spots that are already pre-done. And most of them seem to have a couple different entrances. So you do have one straight to the main road and one down to the water's edge. Interesting. Or one over or under the bridge. So you could buy this field here. And then, they have this guy. So that must mean, I wonder if they have the hidden collectibles. Like Riverbend Springs has. I have not fully read the description, but give me 1 second here. Let me get it pulled up. So I'm not going to move for a hot second. I apologize. But I've seen a few people play on this particular map. That's why it's kind of how I found it. I don't always. I try to keep up to date on the mods that are in the mod hub. So I believe I had already had this downloaded. I just didn't realize it. All right. So the description on kingmods.net says, "Welcome to the new American map. remade for Farming 25. Featuring terrains with elevations and irregular fields, some with significant slopes to make the most of the new GPS system. The landscape is well wooded with forest for forestry work. The farms come well equipped with machines for handling animals and a ready built corral for working with cows. Almost said coral. It's corral. Take advantage of the bales waiting for you to collect, and one of and I think I mean sorry, English is difficult. I know, but reading it when it's not doesn't seem correct makes it even worse. It outright says take advantage of the bales waiting for you to collect in one of the 4 fields you start with. I think that means they meant to say in one of the fields. The map contains 85 fields, 6 forest areas, 10 pasture areas, including 3 flat fields where you can plant rice, fields 85, 86, and 88. So where are those? Numbers are all over the place in here. Those are our fields. I think I'm going to end up buying 14, 7, 11, maybe 13. Am I just blind? Okay, so there's an 80. I'm looking for 85. There's 82. 66, 65. See, 81. There's 84. So that looks like another farm. Okay, 85, 86. 87's up there. And yeah, 88, it says, is the last one. Where's the other? Where's that? Where you at? Interesting. Oh. So you can buy like all the roads and such for cool $21 million. But legitimately, it looks like you're buying everything that's not connected to a farm. Or, I'm sorry, a field. That is cool. Oh, there's field 88 right there. So yeah, there are some plots that you can plant rice. However, I will let you guys know, I did see a mod that allows you to plant rice, either rice, in just a normal field without having to water it and do all the watering aspects of it. I do have that downloaded, so I'm going to be trying that out. You may see that in the next video. I don't know. All right, so where was I? 65 fields for agriculture. To access the BGA, you need to purchase field 84. Okay, so that's the BGA right there. I was thinking that was just a farm, but no, that's the BGA. There is a second farm, and to access it, you need to purchase field 79. Okay, so I was correct in that one. So that is a second farm. 4 selling points. Really, only 4? Collectibles there are collectibles. Okay, so the collectibles are scattered across the map. So I wonder if it's the same as in Riverbend Springs, and when you collect them, they go into that old silo one, and you have to rebuild it. Okay, here we go. Trying to make sure as far as what direction I was headed. 11 production points, including 2 dairies, one as a selling point and the other for production. A forklift is available at the store to assist with pallet loading, and that is one of your vehicles. So that guy right there. Bales, seed bags, and fertilizer bags can be found in the main shed. which is the one I was talking about swapping out for an actual bale shed. There are lime, seed, and fertilizer tanks in the farmyard, and the silo contains crops already. Oh, also, when it mentioned the bales, this field here, when you start in as a new farmer, this is the way it looks. There are bales already on the field for you to pick up. You don't have to do anything with them aside from pick them up. And if you want to sell them, sell them. If you want to put it towards your animal barn, put it towards your animal barn. It's yours to do what you want. You didn't have to put any work to get it. Didn't have to put any hours on any equipment. And that's just awesome. First map that I can remember that you actually get bales without even on the field without even having to do anything. So I do like that. And let me get transferred back over so I can see my recording software. So yeah, this is kind of what we're looking at. I do like this map. I may have to redo if I can, all of this patchwork stuff here. It's a little overdone. If it was like here and there, like, you know, the concrete is starting to come up or the asphalt's starting to come up, it'd be fine, but it's like everywhere. I like the idea, but it's just a little overkill. Even on the dirt path, they have, you know, those patches. So I'm wondering if I can fix it. So if it looks like this when I do my next video at this map, it means I couldn't do anything. But I am going to try to change that and make it better. So just wanted to give you guys a heads up on that. As much as the farmhouse kind of fits, I think I'm going to be, well, if I can. My only concern is if I sell this, Walter's going to be floating in mid-air unless I do something. So we may have a floating Walter in our next video. I mean, if this was a house that we could actually get into, it would be fine. But for little old farmer me, it's just overkill. I don't need that. And I would love to have a garage for my pickup. So we'll see how it goes. So guys, as always, if you happen to like what you see or catch yourself watching more than one of my videos, please do us both a favor and hit that subscribe button and ring that bell. That bell will let you be notified of every single video I post and not just like a few here and there. If you made it this far in my video, I want to say thank you and I greatly appreciate each and every single one of you. And I hope you all have a fantastic rest of your day. So with all that being said, guys, we will catch you in the next episode. So as always, take care. Peace.